Okay, we're back with volume 3 on this Cyelee Green Dot, the Cyelee Chameleon. Will it hold up to recoil? Let's find out. These are birdshot, 2 3/4 inch birdshot. Okay, here's some 3-inch. These are going to be 3-inch shells, number 4 shot. Right, we're going to run a couple slugs. 2 3/4 Remington, 2 3/4 slugs. Okay, optic's still on. Looking good so far. We're going to be shooting it today on a 12 gauge AK, and then a couple other things. We're going to be looking at today, how reliable is this? Is it going to hold up to some recoil? So kind of what the plan is, we're going to see how this works out. I'm going to fire this on several different weapons. I'm not going to touch the zero. I have this zeroed on the Ruger RXM. I'm not going to touch the windage or elevation. I did mount it to this Picatinny adapter. After we go through this series of testing, I'm going to remove it from this mount. We're going to put it back on the RXM. And I know it should be pretty close to zero. We're going to shoot it and see how, if it held zero. We're going to make some adjustments and see if the recoil affect that optic. I'm not going to zero on any of these weapons you're going to see today. That's going to come with some later testing. But this is just going to be an initial test of recoil to see how the optic holds up. If the electronics are going to hold up, is it going to dim or shut off? Are the mechanical parts inside, are they going to fail under recoil where we can't get a zero when we put it back on the pistol? That's the point of today's video. If it survives this, then we're going to put it on back onto some of these weapons. We'll zero it, and then we'll shoot under high recoil and see how it holds up. Because the reason for this is I know that people use these pistol red dots as backup sights to like an LPVO. Now 45 or offset mount it. So if you're doing that, of course, the optic has got to be able to hold up to, let's say if you got it on the 5.56 or a 308, you should be able to hold up to that, right? This is what these tests today are going to be. So thanks for coming back and checking this out. This is going to be series, this is going to be video number 3 in the series. So let's get to it. Now we're back with the Sega. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this one is the Sega. Couldn't remember which AK I grabbed. Okay, so we're back with the Sega 7.62x39 AK. We're going to be shooting it with the Dead Air Primal. We'll see how the Cyelee Optics Chameleon, how she handles this. Well, the optic isn't flickering. The electronics seem to be holding up. Now we've got the Cyelee mounted on an FAL in 308. See how she handles that. Ooh, how about that FAL? Okay, so now that we've run it, the Chameleon on a couple different rifles and shotguns, see we got her mounted back on the RXM with the Dead Air Ghost. Exact same setup as when we zeroed it initially the first time there. We're going to use the same Blazer 124 grain ammo, and we're going to see. We're going to try to determine if this optic handled that recoil okay. And if it did, I've got a bonus for you. So back on this, we'll see how it does. We'll do a couple shots here, and we'll just see how it groups back on paper. And we're roughly at the 15-yard mark where we were setting up before. I think we moved up to the 10 yards. But we'll shoot it from here. We'll just see what it does. And there you can see 1, 2, and 3. Well, let me do we'll do 3 more shots here, and we'll see if I can do a little better job, and we can determine what's going on. We'll see if she jumps around, or we'll just see if it's me doing a bad job on the shooting. All right, let's take a look. See there? 1, 2, 3. I'll do 3 more shots here. It looks like she's holding. I'm not drifting or anything, so we'll do 3 more. And nah, I threw that one. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. I did kind of a crappy job there. I was throwing those. Get my last round here. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm going to reload. All right, so we reloaded. We've moved the cameras up. We've moved back up to the 10-yard mark. And that's where we did most of the zeroing on the previous video. We started at 15, we moved up to the 10. So we're back at the 10. I've got 10 rounds loaded of Blazer 124 grain, and let's take a look and see where we are on paper here. Okay, there's our first 3 shots. Take you with me. There we got, kind of strung them down. We're going to do another 3 shots, and looks like to me that it's holding 0. I mean, you can see where I'm doing a crappy job of shooting, but all right, we'll do another 3. So I did 4 on that one. I threw the first shot. You can see we're stacking up right there. I'll empty this mag out, but I'll say she's holding 0. So I don't think the extra recoil has messed with this Cyelee optic. Looks to me that everything's is holding, which is good, I guess. That's what we were hoping for. Okay. So there's 20 rounds after doing our testing there on the rifles and shotguns. And you can see we're just staying right in there. So maybe bumping the elevation up, 2 clicks, 3 clicks would probably do us good. We'll do that. I'll make that change because we have not touched the windage and elevation on this since we did the testing with the higher calibers. So bear with me, we'll be right back. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is make, I'm gonna guess here, we're gonna make some adjustments on this. And this is what I was talking about in the previous video. You can see this is your elevation up and down, and then you can see your windage. Now, what I was talking about in the previous video was here around this, there are no hash marks to indicate, so I can visually see how many clicks I've made, and the, corresponding with the 1 MOA adjustments that they claim to have. So that right there is my #1 complaint with the Cyelee optic. With this particular one, I don't know if their other optics have those features. There, we're focused. There. So we're gonna make a couple adjustments up. I'm gonna try to feel like the. So I just made what I think is 3 clicks. So let's take a look and see what that did. And the previous video I was explaining that the adjustments there, you can kind of feel a D10 in there. You can almost feel the click. It's very faint, and you can't hear, like out here, I'm outdoors, I can't hear it. If you're in the house, you really take down your ambient noise and you really focus, you can kind of hear it click. But I think I did 3 clicks on there. So we're at the 10-yard mark. Let's see what that did. Well, there was 3 clicks to move the rounds up. Now I am grouping in the same area there. So it doesn't look like anything changed. Let's make another adjustment and let's see. I don't know. Maybe we did break it. Let's see if we can try to make some more adjustments here. With my little screwdriver. So we're trying to raise the grouping up. So let's try to. So I did 3 there. I'm gonna try 6. Well, let's do another 3. Let's just see. I can't feel a. Drop my screwdriver. I can't feel an adjustment in there. I can't. I mean, all right. Well, I don't even know how many clicks. Because I can't tell. Honestly, I can't tell how many clicks that was. I can't feel it or hear it, and there's nothing visible for me, no hash mark. So I think I made 3 more clicks. I don't know. Let's see if that brings my grouping up. Okay, I think that. Yeah, I see. She's come up. So here, let me get you in the shot here. I knocked a couple of the dots off. That they stick on dots. But I was 1, 2. I have to look at the footage. I don't know if I dropped one down here somewhere. But so I'm up. So it did bring the groups up. I'm going to. Let's make a little adjustment. I am seeing change there. I'm going to keep aiming at the same spot. I'll try to go 2 more clicks. So that does show there was a mechanical change there. So I guess that's a good thing. We are seeing movement. Try to go up. I think I kind of felt something there. I think that was 3 clicks. I wanted to do 2, but let's see what that does. Okay. It's starting to kick up. Just been windy. So let's try to get the shot here. 1, 2, I think 3 was right in there. So it did come up. I'm just going to knock it down 1 notch. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to aim this next one. I'm going to aim right here at the top of the target. I'm going to knock it down 1 notch. I'm going to try to put my dot right at the very edge of that black. So we'll try that. But we're seeing movement, so we didn't break it. So that's bonus. I'm gonna try to go back 1 click here. I think that was 1. Aim at the top of that target. Let's see what I come up with here. Well, That was my last round. Somebody wasn't counting. I need somebody out here to count for me. Now, and I threw that shot too, so end up there. But well, let's go in and talk about it. Okay, well, you can see we got it mounted back on here, and it seems to have survived. I wasn't sure if it would or not. To be honest, I didn't know about the quality on this. I do like, let's talk about the things I like about it first. I do like the green dot, and they advertise this to be friendly to people with astigmatism, which I have astigmatism, and this dot is actually fairly round. It is one of the better dots for my eyes, for my astigmatism, so I do like that. The brightness levels today was a little overcast, so that didn't really matter. In the previous video, video number 1, you'll see where we had complete sunshine, no clouds, and we had the sun above the target. And at the brightest setting, it was the dot was visible, but I probably would have liked to have a couple more settings brighter. But I was able to pick it up okay. So I think the brightness will do. It has 8 settings, 2 night vision. Check out volume number 1, video 1, part 1 on that. I do like the build quality. It's the aluminum. It's got a good finish to it. The glass is pretty nice. I don't get any distortion when looking through it. It's pretty crisp and clear. Now, and it, you know, another thing I did like is it has so far showed that it can handle the recoil, which is good. Now, let's get to the one thing that I do not like about this optic is the fact that your elevation here, that's your elevation, and then your windage. I don't know if you can see the windage adjustment there. Okay, these do not have any markings around the dial, so you can see where you're adjusting. You just kind of have to. That bugs me. And every other optic, pistol optic that I have, has the gradients around there, the hash marks, and along with a mark on the actual screw itself to see where you're going. Now, that wouldn't be such an issue to me if this optic also had a very tactile feeling adjustment. You know, if I could feel the D10 or I could feel the click every time, or if I could hear it, it wouldn't be so bad. Not the case here. Unfortunately, I did mention this in the last video. You can barely feel when you're making the adjustments. You can barely feel any click, and if you're not paying attention, I mean, if you just turn it, you're not going to feel anything. You're just like turning a screw in a hole. And you can't hear it if you're outside. You're at the shooting range. You're anywhere. You can't hear it. So, Cyelee, if you're watching, maybe that's something you could look at maybe upgrading in the future, having those hash marks around there and making this actually, you can feel tactile, feel the clicks, feel it when you're making the adjustments would be really nice for me. Now, that's my only real complaint about this. As you saw, it held up to the recoil. I put it back on this pistol. I made the adjustments. It adjusted and it held. Now, I haven't really abused it that much yet. Check out the next video for that. Now, here's what I ask, guys. You've seen this optic perform now. You've seen it 0 on 9 in shooting 124 grain suppressed. You've saw it catch zero. Today we shot it with 12 gauge 2 3/4 shells, 3-inch shells, buckshot, a 3-inch buckshot, 2 3/4-inch slugs. You saw it shoot 308. You saw it go through some 7.62 by 39. The glass didn't pop out. Nothing fell off. It did not flicker. I did not see the electronics, vibrating in there. You wouldn't see that part, but actually seeing the dot, I did not see the dot flicker. It did not cut out. Nothing like that with shooting with the bigger rounds. So that's a good thing. Now we're going to look at more of the durability. The next video, and this will be the spoiler, I guess. Check out volume 4. We're going to do one more video on this. Unless something comes up, and then, but I have planned, I've got one more video coming up. What I want from you guys is this. Tell me how many rounds. I'm going to put this back. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to put it back on the Picatinny round, or Picatinny adapter. I'm going to mount this on a rifle. I want you, my viewers, tell me how many shots should I take with this mounted on a 50 BMG? How many shots do you want to see me take with this mounted to a 50 BMG? Now, let's be reasonable here, okay? I don't have a sponsor for the ammo. I'm paying for this. So you guys come in there like, I want to see 1,000 rounds of 50 BMG. It ain't gonna happen. I have 50 BMG on hand. Let's make it reasonable, okay? This is a budget level optic made for pistols, okay? But we're going to check some durability. How many? Let's be realistic. I'm not going to give you a number. I'm not going to tell you, but not 1,000, okay? Not 100. But let's be reasonable. If you want to see, in the comments below, tell me what you think of the 50 BMG. Or, I mean, do you even think it's going to survive one shot mounted to a 50 BMG? I don't know. We're going to have to find out. So that's what I want from you guys. You the viewers, gals also. Tell me what you want to see. Now, next video, I am going to spoil this for you. We are going to do a drop test on this. Several drop tests. We're going to do some durability testing, okay? We saw so far that rifle calibers and shotguns with some 3-inch shotgun loads, it has handled that recoil. We're going to do some durability drop tests on the next one. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with this long, drawn-out review. But I want to be thorough with this. And the next video, we're gonna explore the durability aspect of this. We're gonna dive into that a little more. But hey, thanks for watching this one. Thanks for being with us through 3 volumes of this review. This is probably one of the longer reviews we've done. We're gonna do one more video, so watch for volume 4, part 4 on this. We'll catch you on the next one.